If you're going to spend the next 12 hours editing a video that's going to make your clients thousands of dollars, why should you be charging $300? I see this happen with so many video editors, and the crazy part is that you know you're undercharging. You see other editors post about their $2,500 projects and feel bad because you know that you could have done that. But every time you get on a call and you're going to quote that big number, something just happens. Your throat tightens. You're going to say $1,500. You're going to type it, but something happens and you remove it and then you say $300 instead. Meanwhile, you're working 60 hours per week, still stressed about rent and wondering if maybe your parents were right about getting a real job. And yes, I know how blank that reality really looks. And the real problem isn't your editing skills. You're already good enough. It's 3 specific pricing mistakes that are keeping editors stuck in this cycle. 3 things that you're doing with your outreach, with your sales calls, or maybe even the content that you're posting that's keeping you stuck working with low-paying gigs or one-off projects. And if you stick with me for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what they are and how you can fix them so you can start attracting high-ticket clients over the next few weeks. Just so you know, the third one is literally the difference between staying stuck at $800 months and getting to 4-figure months. And everything I'm going to tell you in this video is valid, because I've been exactly where you are right now. I went from saying yes to $180 videos, grinding until 3 a.m. to working with multiple 7-figure brands and scaling to over 6 figures a month, and running my very own content agency at just 16 years old. So yeah, I'm not giving you some theory. I'm giving you real fixes that are proven to work for me and several of my students. And my promise to you is that by the end of this video, you will learn the 3 pricing mistakes that signal to clients that you're desperate and replaceable, the psychology trap that makes you undercharge even when you know you're better, and the exact framework my students use to go from $200 gigs to $2,000 plus projects without changing a single thing about their editing skills. Now let's talk about these 3 pricing mistakes. And trust me, you're at least making 2 of these, so watch until the end. Alright. Pricing mistake number 1 is that you're selling your hours and time instead of the outcome. A potential client asks what you charge and you say something like, I charge $25 an hour. Or, how long is the raw footage? I need to know that before I set my price. And just like that, you told them that you're a human vending machine. They insert their time and they receive a video, nothing special, and you're completely replaceable. And here's the really messed up part. You're really punishing yourself for being good at your job. Because when you started out, a 10-minute YouTube video probably took you 15 or maybe even 20 hours. Now you can do it in 10 or maybe even 5 hours because you've gotten better. You know the shortcuts, you have saved project files, you've developed a real system. But if you're charging hourly, you just cut your own pay by 60% because you're faster and better. If you're thinking about that, does that even make any sense? And meanwhile, that video you just edited might get 80,000 views and make them thousands and thousands of dollars. But you just get $125 for that. And this is exactly what I mean when I'm saying that you're leaving thousands of the tables every single day. Because premium clients, they don't buy hours. They couldn't care less about how long it took you. They only buy one thing, and that's results. More customers, higher engagement, more revenue, more leads, maybe even just a brand image that makes them look professional. So when you say I charge $30 an hour, they hear I'm a task doer and I don't really understand your business. But when you say I create video content that's proven to increase qualified demo bookings by 40%, they hear this person gets it. Because that's an investment and not an expense for them. It's the exact same editing work. It takes the exact same time, but you're bringing them real results and you can charge $2,000 instead of $300. And that actually brings me to pricing mistake number 2. You're fighting a war you can't win. This one is brutal because it feels like you're being smart, but you're actually just killing your business. Because here's the thing, you're scrolling through Upwork or Fiverr and you're seeing editors charging $200 per video. And you say to yourself, okay, most of them are charging $150. Let's charge $120, so I'm cheaper and better. But the thing you don't realize is that you just volunteered for a raise race to the bottom. When you're competing on price, you're screaming to the world, I have nothing unique to offer more than being cheaper than the next person. It's like selling water bottles at a stadium where everyone else is selling water bottles. The only way to stand out is to be cheaper, but there's always someone willing to go lower than you. Someone in a different country with lower expenses. Someone who's more desperate. Someone who doesn't know their worth yet. So you can't win that game. But let me tell you what editors making 3k to 5k a month figured out. They don't play that game at all. They don't compete in the commodity market. They create their own category where they are the only option. Instead of just being another YouTube editor, they become the editor who specializes in educational content for financial advisors looking to generate qualified leads. Instead of offering video editing, they offer content systems that help B2B SaaS companies turn their founders' expertise into customer acquisition machines. Do you see what just happened? They're not competing with 10,000 other video editors anymore. They're in a category of one. And when you are the only person that does what you do, you can set the price however high you want. And this is what I call strategic positioning. And it's the only difference between constantly justifying your price and having clients who don't even blink at your price. Now, the third mistake is the big one, and honestly the most uncomfortable to talk about. Because it's not just about tactics or strategy, it's about something deeper that's probably been holding you back for years. Pricing mistake number 3 is that you're letting fear write your invoices. This is the one that hurts to admit, but it's also the one that changes everything once you fix it. Because here's what actually happens. You know you could charge $1,500 per project. Logically, you know it. You've seen worse editors get paid much more. You've watched other editors with half your talent post about their big wins. But when it's time for you to actually quote the big numbers, something takes over. And you end up charging too low because you're scared of losing the deal. But hey, at least they said yes, right? At least you got the client. But now you're stressed over money again. And you just watched another editor land their second $2,500 project and they're celebrating about it. And this is what I call the confidence gap. Your editing skills are at a 90 out of 100, or maybe even less, a 75 out of 100, but they're still really high. But your pricing confidence is at a 25. And that 65-point gap is where all the money is disappearing. There's something I need you to understand. Premium clients, they expect to pay premium rates. When you quote them for $300 per project, they think, wow, that's an amazing deal. They might even think that something must be wrong. Why are they so cheap? Am I just going to get some shitty work? So you're not even doing yourself a favor for undercharging. They might even think that you're too bad for them, that you're not worth their time. You're disqualifying yourself from clients who have a real budget. You don't have a skill problem, you have a presentation problem. 90% of people watching this aren't bad at editing, they're bad at positioning. And positioning can be fixed in 60 days if you know what you're doing. So here's how you actually fix these 3 mistakes. First, you stop selling hours and you start selling business outcomes. Every single project you pitch should be related to an outcome or a result. Second, you stop competing in the general market and you specialize in your own market. You become the go-to person for a specific type of clients. That's where the premium pricing lives. And third, you rebuild your pricing confidence from the ground and up. You practice quoting real numbers until your voice stops shaking. You surround yourself with editors who actually charge what they're worth. So $200 edits start feeling like an insult instead of the normal. And I guarantee you that if you do all of them properly, you will start attracting better deals and start getting high-ticket clients much easier. So that's all for today. And if you're serious about landing a $2,000 client in the next 60 days, you can join the waitlist for the 60-day premium client blueprint. The link is down in the description below. Inside we will go in depth on stuff like this, as well as other important topics like how to find decision makers with actual budgets, how to present editing as a strategic business investment, and how to confidently quote 2,000 plus pricing because you understand the real value you're delivering. And these are just a few of them. We've also got weekly group coaching calls with me where you can bring your questions every single week and I will answer every single one of them. So you know exactly what you're doing. We also have done for you outreach templates that have worked for me and that have worked hundreds of times for my students, that you can just copy and paste to start getting replies. And a private community of editors who are all pushing to 3K to 5K a month. The link is in the description to join the waitlist. And if you join now, you will get early access plus special launch price that goes away after March. And I will see you in the next one. And as always, remember, don't just watch, take action.